Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. This is a very exciting announcement. We are the home of adventurers in New Mexico, and we've had world-class and world-renowned adventurers here for a long time, and particularly in the expertise in the area of ballooning. From Ben Abruzzo to Maxie Anderson to Larry Newman, the Double Eagle 2. This is a place not only where adventure happens, but where records are broken and where people really get out there and push the envelopes. And today's announcement is exactly about that. Today with me, of course, is Troy Bradley, who's really been falls into that category of legendary adventurers in New Mexico. And via Skype with us today, we've got Leonid, I'm going to say Tuktayev. Did I say that correctly? Tuktayev?
Right, okay.
Good.
Thank you.
And thank you. We want to welcome you both, first of all, to the Balloon Museum and to the Balloon Fiesta. We're having a wonderful fiesta this year. The numbers on the first Saturday were tremendous. People are having a great time. It's a great impact to our community in many, many ways. So we want to thank everybody for participating in it. But today, we're going to be announcing what's going to be a history-making effort by Troy and Mr. Tuktayev. Many people know that throughout the world, the historic endeavors that we've had in Albuquerque, but the really exciting news today will be the launch sometime, I think, in January or February of the Two Eagles balloon. Today we're announcing the flight by Troy Bradley and Leonid Tuktayev to break 2 world ballooning records in an effort to do that. One will be the straight distance record for gas ballooning, which currently sits right at 5,200 miles. And the other is the straight duration record, which currently sits at 137 hours. And Troy and Leonid will be launching from Japan, from Saga, Japan, as I said, sometime in January or February. And the command center for this great endeavor, for this great adventure, will be right here in Albuquerque for the first time in our history. And it will be right here at the Balloon Museum. And we will have a world-class command center set up here for this record-breaking attempt. And I want to bring Troy up here to give you the details. But I know this takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of faith, it takes a lot of resources to do something like this. So I want to thank Troy and his entire family. His entire family's part of this. His son had to go to school today, so he's not here. And I've met him, but I know he wishes he could be here in spirit. But Troy is going to explain to you the effort, and then Leonid is going to come in via Skype as well. So as a mayor, I guess my message is this. This is absolutely outstanding for us. It continues our tradition of adventure and adventurers. It continues our history of exploration. And we couldn't be more proud, and we couldn't be more proud to host the command center here. And we will do our level best as a city to make sure that the Balloon Museum hosts the command center in a way that is both useful for Troy and his endeavor, but also to be able to communicate with the world the great things that are happening with New Mexico and with our proud New Mexicans. So with that, I'm going to have Troy Bradley come up and give you the real version of what they're going to be doing and how exciting this is. Troy.
All right, thank you, Mayor. And we wanted to give you a shirt for being part of the team there.
Thank you. I'll wear that proudly.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, Leonid. How are you? Good to see you. I'll give that back. So, again, my name's Troy Bradley. A little bit about the project, the Two Eagles. The name was chosen, Two Eagles, because of a combined effort in between countries. We've got Russia and the United States actually working together cooperatively on a record that's going to be amazing. It's going to generate a lot of interest and hopefully excitement, such as the Double Eagle 2 and the Double Eagle 5, which are the records we're going after. So there's a little play on the words as well on that. But the Eagle's also representative of both of our countries, and so we thought Two Eagles was an appropriate name for it. The project itself, there's multiple types of balloons. The typical balloon you see flying out here at the Balloon Fiesta is a hot air balloon. And a hot air balloon derives its lift by heating the air, creating a less dense air mass and giving it the lift. Well, you're limited with the amount of fuel that you can carry on board a hot air balloon as to how long it'll fly. The other balloons that a lot of people are familiar with out at the Fiesta here, or with the America's Challenge or the Gordon Bennett races, are the gas balloons. The gas balloon is just straight gas, ballast. It's kind of back to the Jules Verne days. It's what you see with the ballast bags around a basket. With that, we're using a lighter than air gas. That's what's giving us our lift. And we're able to ascend by letting off some of that weight. We can valve the gas to come down also. Over the course of the flight, we will lose some of that gas, and eventually we'll run out of ballast, and that's when you have to be able to land. Well, back in the late 70s, early 80s, gas balloons were really at the peak of what they had done. The trio from Albuquerque of Ben Abruzzo, Maxie Anderson, and Larry Newman made the first transatlantic flight, and it gained worldwide attention. They were on Sports Illustrated, Time Magazine, because they had done something that nobody ever felt could actually be done. They weren't sure if they would live or die on this, and they kind of led the way as to showing that these things were possible. Well, with that flight, they flew 137 hours, which is still the longest that any straight gas balloon has ever flown. And then 3 years later, Ben Abruzzo with another team took off and flew across the Pacific and set the distance record for straight gas balloons. And in the museum, we're proud to have actually the capsule for that flight as kind of the centerpiece in our museum here. So those records have stood because of once those were succeeded and that success happened, then it went to how do we go even further and possibly around the world, longer distances, and everyone went to what we call a Rosier balloon, which is a combination of helium and hot air. And at night what we do is we heat that gas back up to the same temperature as it was during the day, and that gives us a longer duration capability and hence distance. Leonid and I, with this project, is to go back to kind of the old school way of doing it with just gas and ballast, and we believe that we can break the 137 hours and the 5,200 miles. And a lot of records are meant to be broken, but it's more out of a respect for the people that the pioneers, the Andersons and Abruzzos that went before us, to be able to go and try to replicate a flight that they did, and maybe just go a little bit further. But it's really about appreciating the history of the flight, and gas ballooning is an absolutely beautiful way to fly. So we're looking forward to spending hopefully a week in a balloon, crossing and coming back and maybe landing in Albuquerque. So
I'll give you an extra bonus if you do that.
there you go. All right, nice, excellent. So that's really the gist of what the project is. We're hoping to get across somewhere, probably crossing the coast of California, or maybe even a little bit further south. The jet stream typically breaks off over the Pacific, and to where you might have the northerly branch to take us up towards Canada. The more southerly influence would take us down further towards the southern part of the U.S. or Mexico. From Saga, Japan, where we're lifting off, Cancun, Mexico is approximately 8,000 miles, and that would be a great goal. And my wife said that that's where we need to land because that's where she's going to wait for us. So, with that, that's really what this whole project's about and what we're looking to do. We're looking at launching, like the mayor said, somewhere probably January, February. Once the weather starts setting up. A key to these types of flights is having the proper meteorologist, and we've got the best in the world for it. We've got a gentleman named Luc Truleman out of Belgium, and Luc was the meteorologist for both balloons that had gone around the world, the Breitling Orbiter 3 and Steve Fawcett.
Leonid, say a few words?
Yes, so we'll definitely pass on.
Леонид, вы тоже, пожалуйста, что-нибудь скажите.
Greetings to all who gathered here, old friends and those who have never seen. I'm happy to participate in the project to Eagle, and maybe now declaring to you about the beginning of the project. I worry more than I will worry before the start in Japan. I remember the Albuquerque as beautiful and very friendly town. 2 years ago, I flew American Challenge Cup. It was very long flight for me, and I hope to return Albuquerque after landing in the United States. That's all.
So we'll be happy to take a few questions, but let me just say Albuquerque, New Mexico is the ballooning capital of the world, and we're the ballooning capital of the world because we have people like Troy and Leonard that would make this their passion in life. And Troy, I just want to give you a personal thank you. You are carrying these traditions on. You've already been a big part of the traditions in the first place. We appreciate you doing that, putting our city on the map on the worldwide scale, having a little bit of international relation work going at the same time. But we're just very, very proud. Our prayers and our thoughts will be with you on your trip, and we look forward to seeing you safely accomplish your goals. So God bless and Godspeed to you on your event.